Welcome back to Family Built Outdoors. Today I'm going to show you how to flip your Dana 30 from a driver's side drop to a passenger side drop. Stick around and I'll show you how. So the tools you're going to need to do this axle flip is, of course, you're going to need a welder, you're going to need levels, you're going to need at least 3 to 4 jack stands, so you can set your pinion angle where you want it, so you can set your caster on your knuckles once you do the flip. So you're going to need a tape measure, a Sharpie, an angle gauge, and various other hand tools, hammers. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to take the long side, which is normally over here, and move it over here. And the reason I'm doing this is because we had a Grand Cherokee gave to us for the axles. Well, we're building this buggy on a budget, so the CJ5 that we're putting it in requires it to be a passenger side drop. Well, anyone that owns any Jeeps or has messed with any Jeeps know that they're all driver's side drop. So what we can do is measure from the center section evenly from here out, which in my case was 2 inches. So I measured out 2 inches and 2 inches and made a cut. So now on the knuckle side, or the C side, we measure 2 inches over, make a cut. So that's going to leave a little section of tube here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this short section, and you'll do the same on this side. You'll cut 2 inches here, and then you're going to move the short section over here, and you're going to move the long section, which came from here, over here. So in order for this to work and give it strength, I had ordered some TerraFlex inner sleeves. And what that helps out with, one, is going to double the tube diameter or the tube thickness. Another thing it's going to help with is whenever you go to put these tubes back together, it's going to give you something to hold the tubes straighter. You're still going to need to get some sort of straight edge to place on top to make sure it's straight before you tack weld it. And you're going to do the same thing on the front. The straighter you can get this tube, the better off you're going to be. Now, whenever you go to weld the C's back on, you want to measure on the inside of the C on the flat part with an angle gauge and make sure that your left and right sides match. Now, I've already obviously got this done, so I can't show you exactly how I did it, but I think that most of you out there are trying to save money. You may have an axle laying around and you're just wanting to use it for something. So you can save a lot of money by doing it yourself with just a little knowledge and thinking through it. And that's what we're about on this channel, is trying to save money, build stuff on a budget, and still go out and have fun and it be strong. So right now this axle tube went from a 1/4 inch thick to a 1/2 inch thick. And the reason you want these tubes to be as straight as possible, you have the axle shaft going through. And if it's not straight, then your axle's going to rub and it's going to cause problems down the road. Now, I know there's a lot of new fabricators and people that just like to get out in the garage and build stuff, and there's certain things that I've learned along the way that I believe may help people that are just starting out or just wanting knowledge on how to do stuff. So stick around and I will tell you some of the tips and tricks that I've learned and some of the wisdom that I've gained over time just through experience. So another thing that I will tell you is always learn as much as you can about what you're passionate about. Back when I started, there was no YouTube, and there is so much knowledge out there on how to do a variety of anything, especially fabricating. If you've never touched a welder before, get yourself a welder or find a buddy that's got a welder and just get out there and start practicing. And the more you practice, the better you will get. And, you know, I've had issues where I was in the garage working on something, trying to figure it out, and I would be frustrated, just aggravated that I could not figure it out. And my wife would come out and she would say, well, what if you did this? And I looked at it and that was the exact solution that I was needing. And so the reason I say that is there are different ways you can look at the same problem. And so if you're not saying your solution, looking at it one way, try looking at it from a different angle and see if that solution will come to you. So long story short is, you know, just get out there, have fun, do what you're passionate about doing, and do not be afraid to fail. If you want to see more build videos on the CJ5, which we're calling the budget crawler, consider subscribing and like this video, and we will see you on the next one.